Vice President,
And they stay there.
Loren.
And they stay there. And they stay there. Cause all I do is win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
Put those hands in the air for your Senior Executive Vice President, Loren Radinger.
Hey! Oh my God, that is the nicest welcome I've ever had. I love you guys. I love you guys. And what an amazing moment. I love you. I love you too. 25 years together, guys. This is our 25 years. Is that silver? Like a silver anniversary? Yes. Platinum? Silver. I love you guys so much. I want you to just stay standing because I'm going to do a little selfie on my phone so we can go live for one moment. And I want you guys to show the world how much, hold on, we're going to go live here. We're at Market America's World Conference, Miami. 2018, 25-year celebration with our Market America family. Can I hear from you guys everywhere? There you have it. 23,000 strong entrepreneurs from all over the world. Let me give somebody my phone so I don't lose it. Thank you. Guys, how do you feel? Me too, me too. What an exciting day we have planned for you. Love you. What an exciting day we have planned for you guys. Are you guys having fun yet? Are you guys learning the skills you need? Right? Because if you haven't, first of all, I know there's a lot of new people here this time. But let me just say this. This is the greatest company in the world. Yes. And by the way, I always tell you, anytime you feel inspired, motivated, or irritated, you can stand up, scream, and clap all you want. All you want. Because this is the only place in the world where 23,000 people come together in one arena and take over the world. We are changing people's lives. We are changing people's lives. Together, all of you out there, yes. All of you up there. All of you back there. You are doing it. You guys are the best. And let me tell you something. Today I'm going to talk to you about something very personal. I want to talk about a new you. A new you. You came here with passion and drive and a reason. Your reason is you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. How many of you are tired of being sick and tired? How many of you want to fire your boss? How many of you want to spend more time with your family? Yes. Financial independence, time freedom. Hey, we got to stop waking up like an accident. We have to stop waking up like an accident. We have to stop playing the lottery with our life. We play the lottery, and we expect to live that way. Guys, in order for something to change, we have to become someone we've never been. We have to become someone we've never been, and that's hard. And everything I'm going to preach to you up here today has nothing to do with anything I haven't already done myself. Everything we're going to talk about today, we have done ourselves. Now, if you've heard our story before, you're going to pretend you didn't hear it because I'm going to tell it to you again. I'm going to tell it to you again. I am not here today to take anything from you. I'm here to give you something. I'm here to give you back yourself. JR is going to talk about it this afternoon. Our childhood, what it was like to fantasize, to dream. Because when we were a kid, we could achieve anything, couldn't we? Nothing could stop us. I'm not here to hurt you in any way. I'm only here to help you through the experiences we've had ourselves. Trust me. This is where it all started. You see that? Look at Apple. They started in the garage. Google started in the garage. Amazon started in the garage. Market America started in the garage. We just put a door on the front of that. That was our garage. Disney started in a little thing in the backyard. Mattel, a little garage. Look at us, guys. 25 years later, billions of dollars paid out to you. And it all started right there. 18 years old. Yes, I was. JR was 20, 30, something plus. What? JR said I picked him up. It's kind of true, but not true. Kinda. I'll tell that story another time. The truth of the matter is that I was madly in love with him. But he didn't have a single dime. I always tell my friends when they see our life the way it is, I say, you should have seen it before. You should have seen it before. When there was no money to eat, no way to pay the bills. You don't think I understand when the bill collector calls and you pretend he has the wrong number? I get it. I was there. We did it. Our big night out was Wendy's. One day a week, we go to the Wendy's Super Bar. Does anybody remember the Wendy's Super Bar? They had tacos and pasta. Yep. Back then, I won't even say how much it was because I'll date myself. And you know, we have too good of products to date myself. So I refuse to do that because with OPC3, our new turn-up, our Lumiere motives, we can look great forever. Forever. And there it was. Look at Amber. Amber grew up in the business. The business was born the same year she was born, and she is an amazing, beautiful woman who I am so proud of, who JR is so proud of. And that's an important message in this discussion today because how we treat our children is how they will be born as people. You know what I mean, Dave, right? The way we bring up our children is how they, look at these guys. Look at Colton and Michaela today. David and Stacy, stand up and take a bow because you guys deserve that. This is their parents. Their parents. You think that they raised those children telling them that they couldn't accomplish what their heart desired? They told them they could be the best. Money didn't matter. All that mattered was drive, passion. The burning fire inside your heart. They told him to dream.
That's right.
Colton and Michaela, you guys are amazing. I don't know where you are, but you were amazing. Amazing this morning, and I am so proud of you guys. But you know, there we were. There was the perm days, guys. That was the day of the perm. Do you remember the days that, who had a perm? Come on. Stop lying. Stop lying. I wasn't the only one. Now, here's the thing. I don't know. We didn't have any money to take vacation, so we wore the luau little thing from Hawaii to look like we were on vacation. Okay? Because we had a lot of dreams. I remember the first year that I met JR, we were mad in love. I was mad in love. He used to tell me, I like you a whole lot, but don't let it go to your head. And I used to get so mad at him because I'd be like, dude, I'm 18. I could do whatever I want. He'd be like, not if I don't let you. But today, the roles have reversed a little bit, and I'm the one who wakes him up in the morning and reminds him what we got to do. Because women, this is your year. This is your year. This is your year. This is everybody's year. Let this be the day that a new you is born. that you finally take all those dreams and beliefs and hopes and faith you had in yourself when you were children, and you burst out of this room this weekend and you say, nothing's going to get in my way. Because there's not one single emergency in life that's more important than you. And don't you ever forget it. Don't you ever forget it. I don't care what your friends say, your family says, the people who work with you. You are the most important thing in your life, because if you're not happy, no one else will be happy around you. Don't you dare expect people to make you happy. It's never going to happen. I always tell my husband, you wake up with a smile on your face, and I'll wake up with a smile on mine, and neither one of us are responsible to put it there for each other. It's our job to work on ourselves. It's our job to work on ourselves. Look at that, Elizabeth. I know you probably just like, what the heck is she doing putting up that picture? But we go back a long way. There's a lot of history there. And look, we didn't have any money to get married. We didn't have a wedding. That was a $100 dress, Michael, from David's Bridal. Michael made my dress, by the way, and we are doing a huge collaboration that's affordable for everyone. That's going to be affordable for everyone together. But we didn't have any money. We eloped on a little island just when we felt it was time. And that was a long, long time ago. But we still all right, baby, right? We still good. And then this came along, my beautiful daughter, Dwayne, and my beautiful grandchildren. And I'm the luckiest person on the planet. But I've never lost sight of what's important to get here. Never lost sight of what's important to get here. You have to remember what your dreams are, what your hopes are. And so today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about having inner conversations with yourself, because that's the conversation we avoid the most, facing ourselves every day. It's so much easier to put up a wall and pretend that we're doing everything we can rather than looking straight on in the mirror. Because when you look straight on in the mirror and you're honest with yourself, truth is, you're not living up to your full potential. You're just not. You're not living up to your full potential. And I've talked to you about it before, year after year, eliminating the negative environments that you're surrounded with. Let me just tell you something. Stop listening to stupid people. Now, I could sum up this seminar, this presentation really fast. I could tell you, stop listening to stupid people, believe in yourself, and eliminate everybody else from your life until you just do it. But I'm going to talk you through it, because you know what? I understand fears. Overcoming fears is one of the biggest reasons. We've already talked about eliminating negative environments. If you have a spouse or a boyfriend or girlfriend, hi, babies, I love you. There's my little angels just walked in. Hi, Aiden. Hi, Ava. Good morning. See, nothing throws me off from reminding me of what my why is. Nothing throws me off from what's the most important thing. I have a goal. You can't let me stray from it. Nothing gets in my way. Nothing gets in my way. You understand that? No negative environments are allowed. If you don't have everybody who's surrounding you, walking on the same path as you, eliminate them. Eliminate every single one of them. Oh my God, if you go out and get a divorce after this, don't blame me. But if he or she ain't good, get rid of them. Get rid of them. And I'm telling you right now, stop stifling yourself. You put yourselves in toxic environments. Toxic environments. You think it's okay. You got to eliminate anyone who doesn't believe in you, period. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. You will never get where you want to go. If they're not there lifting you up, you show them the door. It's that simple. It's that simple. And when you finally make the move to do it, nothing feels more liberating. You will be free. You will be free. Right? Comfort zones. We talked about them last time. Comfort zones are dead zones. They're dead zones, aren't they? They're dead zones. All the great things in life happen outside your comfort zone. And I've already talked about it. So I'm not going to talk about it again, but I want to remind you You don't need to figure out here. If you're confused about what a comfort zone is, it's what you're already maybe doing. You keep saying, every day I'm going to do it tomorrow. Every day I plan to do something, and you never get it done. Why? Because the couch is calling your name, the chair is calling your name, the remote control is calling your name, you're tired, you want your wife to cook for you, you want your husband to cook for you. Oh, it's more important to go to the big party at night. Who cares about the party? Who cares about your friends who are there just to complain because they want you to stay down with them? Why would you do that to yourself? It's self-destruction. Bye, Felicia. That's right. Bye, Felicia. That's right, baby. You got to get out of your comfort zone, and you got to know your why. Right, Eric? You got to know your why. Why are you here? What is it that you love most in life? What are you passionate about? What drives you? What gives you freedom? What do you know you're great at? What do you wish you could do that you don't do anymore? What did you dream about as a kid? Do it. Do it. You got the gift that nobody else has, opportunity right in front of you. Most people never see it. And if it's ever been given to them, they'll say it wasn't. You're here for a reason. And yet we've talked about those things like eliminating a negative environment or stepping out of your comfort zone or knowing your why. And even though we've handled those things, we haven't done exactly what's necessary. We don't take steps forward to move forward in the right direction. And we pull back. Why? Why is it that you're pulling back? Is it because you don't believe in yourselves? It's because you're not sure what to say? You don't know if you could show the plan. You don't know if you can explain the products. Have you tried them? Think about that. Are you a product of the product? I always hate when someone says, it's not working for me. I've tried Market America, it doesn't work for me. Have you tried anything? Have you picked up the phone once? Have you attempted to learn? Are you using any of the products? Are you showing the plan? Are you learning from the meetings? Well, I've been to that type of meeting before. I've heard Elizabeth speak. Let me tell you something. You better hear it 7 different ways, 7 different times from 7 different people to finally get it. And if it didn't work for you, it had nothing to do with us. You didn't work it. You didn't work it. When it doesn't work, it's because you didn't work it. Because you'll never find a better blueprint for success. Your pathway. Stop making excuses. You're operating below your full potential. You've let every emergency in life take over. You know how many emergencies I've had? I'm public about them. When I went in for surgery just in October, let me explain to you real quickly what happened. I went in for a simple colonoscopy. And I bitched the whole way on the way there because I wasn't 50 and I didn't think I needed one. But Jared was like, you need to do it, family history, you should just do it. And I was like, why don't you do it with me? He's like, I'll schedule mine another time. Then, of course, you put Amber on it. Amber's the doctor in our family. If she thinks you need something done, she's going to make sure it happens. Relentless. Go do it, Mom. Go do it. Every time I try to cancel an appointment, she'd call back and say she rebooked it. I went and did a simple colonoscopy. No biggie. Doctor tells me, hey, I wake up from surgery. First of all, he forgot to tape my eyes shut in the colonoscopy. My eyes were burnt. When I woke up screaming, crying because my eyes were burning and I couldn't see. And he's telling my husband, the doctor, I need to talk to you about your wife. We got a problem. And I'm like, I don't care what kind of problem I have. I can't see. I'm blind. Something's seriously wrong. JR's screaming at the doctor. We never got a chance to hear what he said. The doctor tries to tell JR to take me to go get a CAT scan in that minute. And JR says, there's not a chance I'm taking her to a CAT scan right now. She can't see. We need something now. We need an ophthalmologist, a doctor. She's in pain. I mean, I couldn't see anything because they're supposed to tape your eyes when you go to sleep. So imagine your eyes being open for an hour, your eyes are dry. So everything was burnt. Took a day to be able to see. Finally, we got a phone call from the doctor the next morning saying, hey, she has a lot of polyps. Really, really, really large, big polyps. More than 20. If people have more than 3, it's scary. So imagine being told you have more than 20. And usually they were pretty straight up with us. We don't see that unless it's cancer. And I was like, you're talking to the wrong girl, man. I'm busy. I ain't got time for that. That ain't me, okay? That afternoon, I go home. The next afternoon, I apologize. I'm at my home in New York, and I'm getting ready to go to my house in Connecticut in Greenwich with my family. And I go to the restroom, and I realize I'm losing a lot of blood. At the point where you know you're really in danger. Not a little bit of blood. I'm not talking about a cut when you get an abrasion and you're bleeding a lot. I'm talking about buckets of blood. And I come out of the bathroom, I said, Jared, we're in trouble. I'm bleeding a lot. And you could tell Jared was frantic. He could see what was going on, and it was trailing all through my house. There was no way to stop it. And I said, we got to go to Greenwich Hospital. He said, we can't. We got to drive back to the city. I don't know anybody there. I'm afraid to take you to Greenwich Hospital. I don't know anybody there. We got to go back to the city where we know people. Jared, I won't make it 45 minutes. I'm already losing. I'm not feeling comfortable. I'm dizzy. Something's really wrong. I'm losing a lot of blood. Get in the car, get in the car. We get in the car. He's trying to find his wallet. That's always a minute. Find the wallet. Get in the car. It's 5:30 in the afternoon on the way to New York City. Friday. Okay, Greenwich to New York, normally in no traffic, it's about 45 minutes. We are flying through. There's no way for me to sit anymore because there's blood all over the car. I'm losing conscious. We're pulling up. We're literally, I don't know how we made it alive, but we made it. We get in and we get lucky enough that this wonderful woman, Dr. Jenny Key, was there, who happens to be one of the head surgeons for colon, but she said to me, look, I'm going to help you, but she's got to be admitted right away. We're losing too much blood right now. She's got to go, and we got to take her in an emergency. We got to figure out where this blood is coming from. They wheel us up to the room. Amber walks in. As soon as my daughter walks in, of course, you want to be calm for your daughter. So I'm like, everything's cool. I fall right to the ground. Can't stay up anymore. Pass out on the floor. Never experienced in my life. We're trying to stop them from doing a blood transfusion. Long story short, 2 surgeries that day. Came back again in October. They basically told me, had I not done the surgery within 4 weeks, I'd have had full-blown cancer. Now, let me tell you something. The next day when I came out of surgery, I was back to work. It's mind over matter. It's mind over matter. Because let me tell you something. Don't you let anything get in the way. People can diagnose you all you want. The only person who can give you a prognosis is God in you. God in you. The only people who can change your life is God in you. Not all storms come to disrupt your life. Not all storms come to disrupt your life. To disrupt your life. Some of them come to clear a path. Some of them come to clear a path, and you have to pay attention to those storms so you can see what's in front of you and why the storm is coming. Because if you're not paying attention to the signs of why things are going wrong in your life, you'll never change. You'll just keep being a victim, feeling sorry for yourself. My life's so bad. Nothing will ever be good for me. Nothing ever goes my way. And you're doing nothing about it. Nothing about it. We can be the best when we're broken. I don't know anyone who has ever succeeded in their life without pain, without suffering, without pain. You got to move on. Stop clinging to the mistakes you made in the past. If you stay in your head, you're dead. If you stay in your head, you're dead. Period. You got to move on, right? You got to pick up the pieces. When you see 2 people who are 25 years old leading the way, bringing hundreds of people with them, what are you doing? What are you guys doing? Look at them, thousands of them together wearing the same shirts. What an inspiration. Changing their lives. Stop pulling back. Stop cheating yourselves. The human mind is the most powerful thing we have. It can be your greatest best friend or your worst enemy. totally up to you. And not until you say, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, will anything change. JR says it all the time. You got to use your mind. Nobody uses their mind anymore. We use our phone. We go on Google, Chrome, Safari, whatever you use. You don't use your mind. It reminds me, this guy came in for an interview with Mark and JR. And I was sitting in the interview, and JR said to the guy, how tall is the steeple on the Empire State Building, to the first guy? Two guys came in for the same job interview. One of them comes in first. JR says to the guy, how tall is the steeple on the Empire State Building? And I'm thinking to myself, what the hell is he asking him that for? And the guy says, well, it just happened to be that I was an architect. And I memorized all the beautiful buildings in the world, and it's exactly 155 feet. JR's like, I'm impressed. You're right. Out goes that guy, in comes the other guy. Next guy comes in. JR says, how tall is the steeple on the Empire State Building? And the guy says, I have no idea, but give me a moment. Now, we're in New York. Guy runs outside, comes back in, and tells JR, I know how tall the steeple is. And JR says, how? He said, well, I went outside in the sun, and I measured the steeple in the shadow on the ground. And then I measured my own body against it, and I used the ratio to figure out it's about 150 feet. Who do you think JR hired? The guy who used his mind. Not the first guy, the guy who used his mind. We have got to use our mind. If you stay in your head, you're dead. You've got to try. You've got to use your mind. What's making you unhappy? Is it home? Is it your job? Your relationship? Your family? You? What is it? I always say, when JR's unhappy or I am unhappy, we've always determined right away what it is so we can move on and get past it. We couldn't be married all these years if we ignored it. We're 27 years in love, guys. 27 years in love. And here's the thing. You know what? There they are, my men. Right there. My mini JR right there. Anyway, 27 years in love. You know why? Because we work on ourselves and we work with each other. And when I say that, that's why I have no problem telling you to eliminate the negative people in your life, including your spouse or your respective other. Because you'll go nowhere unless they're behind you. And when we have problems, we talk them through. I always say, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm not happy today. We're not spending enough time together. We're not connecting. Today we're going to go to dinner without our cell phones. We can't forget while we're building this great empire, we can't forget who we are. Tell me what my favorite color is. And if you don't know my favorite color, we haven't got to spend enough time together. You got to test each other. You got to spend time together. You got to work on yourselves. What makes you unhappy? Why haven't you quit your job? I know you have a million reasons. And I'm not telling you to necessarily go out and quit your job, but if it makes you unhappy, quit your job. And here's why. When I ask you why you haven't done those things, and you complain, and JR says, as soon as you meet people, the first thing they do is talk about how unhappy they are, and they start complaining, right? After they say, hi, how are you? I'm so-and-so. How's your life doing? Well, it's okay. I've had at least 20 people come up to me this weekend. Oh, it's okay. And I pay attention to those things because I was trained to. But every time I ask you why you haven't done anything about it, you always have one word, but. But. But's a powerful, ugly word. But's a dream killer. And we build our case of why we're not doing anything on a lot of things called but. Don't we? But I can't. I don't have any money. But I can't because who else will be with me and go to dinner with me? But I can't. How will I make it with 3 kids if I'm alone? But I can't. How will I survive if I don't have a job? I don't know, but you will. You will. You will survive. Because when you have the will to do something and your life depends on it, you will make it. But you're living a life without any passion to know and believe in yourself that you can do it. You have to have passion to believe that you can do it. Most people are sleepwalking through life. They're sleepwalking. But is an argument for our limitations so we can keep them. But is an argument for our limitations so we can keep them. Do you agree? Are you feeling me right now? Are you guys feeling out me, or are you on your phones? Are you guys with me out there? Yes. I want to make sure you're paying attention. Because we've all done this. We're guilty too in the past. But is an excuse to protect our ego. What are we protecting? What are we protecting? You don't need buts in your life anymore. You're worried about job security? There is no security. There are no guarantees in life. That's right. I know that's right. All these people say to me, I'm going to live my life one day when things get right, when I get my feet on the ground. What are you walking on? What are you walking on? You know what I mean? People say, oh, well, I'm waiting for a problem-free life. I've got this going on. Tell me when something's not going on. If it's not one thing, it's 12 things. When it rains, it pours. There is no better time than right now to change your life. No better time than this moment. You always have something to build a case on. You're always making excuses for yourself. You have but an argument against something. Let me tell you something. There are no guarantees in life. I am the only one who can guarantee my success. I am the only one who will not stop till I get it done. I have a why, and my why is not an excuse for my limitations. It's a why, and that's why I live. It's a why, and that's why I live. Do you guys understand that? It's the one that kicks me out of bed every morning. I don't need haters to fuel my fight. My fight is my purpose. I know what I want. I wake up in the morning from my dreams and I step right into them. I step right into them. I talk to you. When you're laying in bed and you're trying to figure out what to do, what's the first thing you should be saying to yourself? Count yourself backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get up, jump up, and reverse your thinking. Change your life right now. Change your life right now. Instead of saying to yourself, oh, maybe I should go to the gym. You lay there for another minute longer, you're going to convince yourself you shouldn't. You're going to convince yourself you shouldn't. My trainer's here, so he's been kicking me out of bed every single day. And by the way, I made excuses. I'm too busy. I have no time to go to the gym. I do it all the time. For the last 4 weeks, I've been in there every other day. If I couldn't do it during the day, even with conference, I'd do it 10:30 at night. I'm tired. I'm not sleeping. I went to bed at 4:15 this morning. I was up by 6:10. You keep doing. Let me tell you something. You don't have time, go to bed later. Wake up earlier. I don't care if you get 2 hours of sleep. You keep going till you get it done. You keep going until you get it done. If you're not moving mountains, you're not making progress. If you're not moving mountains, you're not making progress. You're having a fight. You're having a fight. You're having a fight between will and skill. You're having a fight between will and skill. You have the skills. You have the skills. Now you got to work on the will. How bad do you want it? If you're not moving mountains, you're not making progress. Remember, things got to go down before they come up. Nobody makes it instantly. It's hard work. Every time I think about putting on my gym clothes, I dread it. But then I think about the results now. I'm trying. And that's the point. Nothing will stop me. You have to do this for you in your life. Stop using the word but. Eliminate it. You know how JR said that, remember when years ago, for those of you who were here, JR buried the word can't? We're going to bury the word but next time. We're going to bury the word but, because but is a limitation. It's just an excuse to give ourselves a case to not do anything. Yes, we're going to do that. Many of us choose an active living death. An active living death. We stay in relationships that are dying rather than growing. Why? Let me tell you something. Where's Trina? Where is Trina? Trina, you stand up a second. Let me just tell you. And I said it before, but for those of you who are new, she's one of my inspirations. Let me talk to you about doing something with your life and not staying in a relationship that'll kill you. She was at the hands of an abuser, somebody who hurt her physically. She could have let it get her down. She could have found it as a but or an excuse not to do anything with her life. And what did she do? She packed her bags and moved into a halfway house and took control of her business. And she's making more than $7,000 a month. More than $7,000 a month. That is an inspiration. That's how you do it, right, Trina? That's how you do it. She is a living, breathing work of art. She is a living, breathing work of art. Yes, I'm so glad that is a living, breathing work of art, because when you can pull yourself up in the worst moments, you think you have it tough, your boss isn't nice to you, you don't have any friends, your friends don't want to go to the party with you, you got somebody you're coming home to and he's hitting you, hurting you, and you pick up and you pack up because you're sick and tired of the abuse. And you get out and you make $7,500 a month and you've changed your life. Right, baby? Because what you resist, listen to this, what you resist will persist. What you resist will persist. It'll keep happening. Nothing will change. In order to do something you've never done, you've got to become someone you've never been. You've got to become someone you've never been. You have the skill, now you need the will. You're having a fight between your skill and your will. You've got to have inner conversations with yourself. It's going to be the hardest talk you ever have if you're honest with yourself. When you finally look in the mirror and say, you know what, I do not live up to my full potential. I used to dream. When I was a kid, I could do anything I wanted. Now I look in the mirror and I say, what's happened to you? And all of a sudden, because you think you're a perfect failure, you quit. Let me tell you something. Success doesn't come without failure. Success does not come without failure. You've got to have that inner conversation with yourself. You've got to show what you're made of and face up to the fact and make changes. You never give up. You never settle. The most difficult thing in the world is not to earn $500,000, $1 million. It's not. The most difficult thing is to believe you can. The most difficult thing is to believe you can. You have to create value for yourself. Purpose. What is it that you want to do? And by the way, you don't have to be great to get started, but you do have to start to be great. You do have to start to be great. You don't get in life what you want, but you do get in life what you are. And you have to ask yourself honestly, when that conversation finally happens with yourself, nothing will stop you. And you start eliminating, going through all the things that we talked about. Who can I get rid of? Who's not there pushing me up, elevating me, following the path with me? And when you start to figure it out, sometimes you may be alone. But that's okay. Because I'd rather walk alone any day than be surrounded with a bunch of people who want to keep me right there down with them. You got two things I want you to do. Two things I want you to do. One, you got to work hard on the outside. Hard work to make it. But you got to work harder on the inside. You got to work harder on the inside, and that's hard. It's so hard. I'm going to skip ahead fast because you know I'm always out of time. I only got 20 minutes, and I got a lot more to cover than that. But I'm going to be on time today. You got to be careful of your words. Your words are powerful. Instead of saying you're broke, how about saying you're overcoming a cash flow problem? Be careful what you feed your mind. Plan what you want. Plan what you want, not what you don't want. Thoughts have power. Give up who you are now for who you can become. In order to do something you've never done, you got to become someone you've never have. You've never been. You go through life unconscious, and right now I need you to live consciously. Our thoughts are so powerful. And when you think negative things, have you ever noticed they keep happening? Have you ever thought about somebody you haven't seen in a long time? God, I haven't seen that person in so long. It's been 10 years, 5 years, 15 years. And all of a sudden you run into them? How many times has that happened to you? They called you, you bumped into them at a store, you thought about them. Thoughts are powerful, folks. They're powerful. You got to retrain your brain to take control. Retrain your brain. So I know what you're saying. I know it's hard to believe in yourself, but you got to start. So what I want everybody to do right now is stand up. Because one of the things that we have the toughest time doing is believing in ourselves. So I want you to turn to the person behind you, in front of you, beside you, and I want you to introduce yourself, and I want you to tell them that there's something great within you. Just tell them. Shake their hand. Tell them there's somebody that's great within you. Something great within you.
A lot of great things going on in you, baby.
I love you. There's something great in you. I love you. You know how much I love you. Okay. Now, guys, stop exchanging telephone numbers. Take a seat. Stop exchanging telephone numbers. Stop exchanging telephone numbers over there. I saw you. You can do that later. Now, let me ask you a question. How hard was that? Doesn't it feel good? Doesn't it feel liberating? Doesn't it feel liberating? No more buts. The biggest enemy you will have to deal with is yourself. The biggest enemy you'll have to deal with is yourself. So we're going to eliminate that today, if I get there. I know you've been afraid to show the plan. I know you're afraid to talk to people. I know you're afraid to pick up the phone. I know you want this business to work for you, but you don't know what to say. You won't even introduce yourself to say it. So you come here and you want to learn everything. You have all this knowledge, all these skills, but you don't practice them. Did anybody watch the Grammys the other day? It's okay if you did. I watched it too while I was working. There was a girl who won the Best New Artist of the Year. I can't remember her name right now. Okay, that was it. But at any rate, she said something that JR has always said. When she got up there to get her acceptance speech, she was brand new. Nobody had ever really seen her before. And she said, I've been practicing this moment and this award speech since I was 5 years old in my living room. Powerful. She practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced. Do you guys get it? There's no secret to success. You just got to practice. You just got to keep practicing. You got to keep trying. You got to keep doing. But you throw in the towel when things aren't working your way. right before things are getting ready to turn back up, you quit. Because you don't have the will. You got to find the will. You got to have inner conversations within yourself. Nobody and nothing can stop you. No illness, no people, no friends, no family, no job, nothing. Nothing will come between me and what I plan to do and where I'm going to be, because all I see is right ahead of me, and it looks really good out there. It's so beautiful. Nobody's ever been there before. It's the greatest destination in the world. And I'm going to get there. Nothing will stand in my way. I'm on a track. All I can see is forward. I don't care about the party. I don't want to hear about it. I don't care. My girlfriend called me the other day and said, hey, everybody's asking me to go to Miami for the weekend. Do you want to hang out? We could have a great party. We can go here. And I'm like, wish I could, but I can't. And she said to me, how do you make such fast decisions like that? Because I'm real with myself. I got a mission. Nothing's getting in my way. I don't care about parties. If I don't get to see my friends, I'm not going to see them. If I have to stay up all night, I'm going to do it. If I have to go to bed late, wake up early, nothing will get in my way. Period. I'm going to get there. I am going to get there. I am going there. Right there. You can't detract me. You can't steal my dream. You don't know what I want. You never care to ask. You have no idea, but I will make it. How are you going to survive when I quit my job? I don't know, but I will. I will. What are you going to do when you leave him? I don't care. I have me. I have me. I will survive. I am going to do this. This is my year. This is my year. I'm going there. I'm going there because it's the greatest place I've ever seen. It's the greatest place I've ever seen. When you're not pursuing your goals, you're committing spiritual suicide. When you're not pursuing who you are meant to be, you're committing spiritual suicide. You just quit. You got to stop pretending. I know it's hard. If you've been dealing with death, you'd be doing something different. I love you. I love you. I love you too. I love you. If you were dealing with death, you'd be doing something different. Because let me tell you something, JR's going to talk to you about it this afternoon. Because when it's time to go, you can't take back all the years you gave up. Let me tell you something about Bobby Cannata. Stand up, Bobby Cannata. You are my hero. 25 years in this business. One of the first people who ever joined. A year ago, he found out he had terminal cancer. The rarest type of cancer. Nobody who had that type of cancer survived past 10 months. Bobby did. Bobby did. Bobby did. And he will. And he's here. You got problems. You got complaints. You don't know. You ain't got nothing wrong. I love you. You're an inspiration. He is on the way to recovery. He's gonna kick cancer in its ass. He's gonna kick cancer's ass. You are everything. When you got a rare terminal cancer and you decide that God is only going to give you the diagnosis and not the prognosis, you win. You kick cancer right in the ass. Don't you dare talk casually to yourself. You be hard on yourself. You beat yourself up. You tell the truth. You look at yourself in the mirror and say, I've quit me and I'm tired of it. I'm going to win. I'm going to win. I deserve to win. I'm going to give it all I got. Nothing's going to get in my way. I have everything to lose and nothing to gain. Everything to lose. Nothing to lose and everything to gain. You know what I meant. Because when we don't fill our life with the good things, we fill it with garbage. Drugs, alcohol, stupid friends, stupid family, stupid parties, nothing but sabotaging your life. You sabotage your life. You work against yourself. Your dreams and your gifts are gone. Get rid of them. Just get rid of them. Do everything you can to get rid of them. I have a lot of friends from the old days. You'll never catch me talking to them again. When I see them, hey, how are you? I hope everything's great in your life. I wish the best for them. I'm sensitive what it's like to be in their shoes, but I don't want to live in them. I'm sensitive to be in their, feel what it may feel like to be in their shoes, but I won't live in them. You be you. Don't you let anything stop you. When life can no longer threaten you with death, what else is there? We're blowing our fears out of proportion. Now, I had a whole big presentation, and I got 12 minutes on the clock. I know it says 9, but I'm saying 12. Now, here's the thing. I'm not. I'm going to be very respectful because I'm a respectful person, and I can get this done. Now, stop blowing your fears out of proportion. I have to do a whole big thing on fears, but I'm going to narrow it down to this. Fear and worry are the most wasteless emotions on the planet. They are the most wasteless emotions on the planet. What good has worrying or being fearful of something ever done for you? Nothing. 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 When I went in for brain surgery and I was told I had a brain aneurysm, and I went in for surgery and they were pushing me in, he's like, how you feeling? I said, I feel great. I got to get back to work. What time are we going to be done? Nothing gets you down. Nothing gets you down. Let me tell you how you overcome fear. You keep doing it. And you've heard JR say it 900 times, and I've only learned from the best. So everything up here comes from you, baby. But let me tell you something. You've heard him say it to you a million times. I'm just saying it my own way. Let's give it up for JR, because if it wasn't for him, none of us could do this. If it wasn't for him at the age of 18, I wouldn't be where I was today. Let me tell you something. When you live with somebody who gives you life, who breathes life in you and love in you and believes you can accomplish anything you want, guess what happens? You can. So when I went in for that brain surgery, I was like, I'm in a hurry, man. How long am I going to be in this place? Well, you go in ICU for a few days, you recover, hopefully there's no stroke, you'll be able to speak, you'll hopefully be able to remember everybody. What do you mean remember everybody? I got 1 million of people out there in my family. There's 26,000 people showing up in a couple days. I got to be there. I got to know who everybody is. You don't let anything get you off track. Nothing gets in your way. Nothing. You got to have hope. Nothing great ever dies. So the only time you should be afraid of death is if you're doing nothing with your life. The only time you should ever be afraid of death is if you're doing nothing with your life. Tony Bowling, I know you and Pam are out there watching and you're in that hospital fighting. Let me tell you something. Don't you give up the fight, because everybody in this audience is waiting for you to come back. Everybody in this audience is waiting for you to come back. You don't give up. You're a fighter. Nothing gets in your way, Tony. Let me tell you about this moment. Everybody talks about Judgment Day. Well, let today be that day. It's do it or die. That's what it comes down to. It's do it or die. Your story, it's hard. It's hard. Once we do it, it's hard. But once we do it and we work on ourselves, we realize it was worth it. We realize it was worth it. Do it or die. Find out what it is that you want to go after it as if your life depends on it. Why? Because it does. Pretending that we're not satisfied where we are, pretending that everything is okay, pretending that we don't have any special goals or ambitions or desires, when really deep down inside, we really want more. But you know what most people do? Most people go through life quietly, safely, tiptoeing to an early grave. I want you to understand that you're mortal. Now that sounds crazy, because we don't ever look at it that way. You're mortal. If you're conscious of that, and you're conscious that you come with a limited amount of time, you'll arrange your life naturally, won't you, Bobby? In the most sensible way. If you're immortal, you have time to do stupid things. If you understand you're mortal, you don't have time to do anything except what really matters to you. You understand? I'm going to go forth in spite of fear. I'm afraid to fly. Did you know that? I'm afraid to fly. I fly 3 days a week. You know why? Because I live in Miami. And in the summertime, I live in New York, Connecticut. My family, my children, my Ava, my precious angel over there, and Aiden and Adrian and Amber live in New York. When I'm in Miami and I want to see them and I want to get on a plane 3 days a week, you know why I do it? Because my why is on the other side. My why is on the other side, and nothing is going to stop me from getting where I need to be and doing what I want to do, because I have a why. Something I live for. Something that wakes me up in the morning, something I don't need an alarm clock for. I sleep with the most beautiful dreams. I wake up and I step right into them. That's how I live. That's how I want you to live. You deserve to live that way. Fear is not that serious. It's just not that serious. Think about it. Think about it when you go home tonight and think to yourself, how often have I been frightful or fearful of doing something? And after I thought about it, I thought, wasn't that big of a deal. Now, I'm not saying worrying about going to flying, jumping out of an airplane, or going water skiing, or any of those things, unless that's what you're choosing to do for your professional, personal life to make changes in your life. I'm talking about the things you're afraid to do right now. Pick up the phone, make a phone call, introduce a business to somebody, learn how to show the plan, get on one of Jim's call workshops, pick up the phone, try a new product. All those things you've been avoiding. Because let me tell you something, there's a lot of things out there that you could try, but none of them will be as easy as this and will reward you as more. And none of those companies will let you achieve success while helping others achieve success also. Let me tell you something, you gotta stop. You gotta stop running scared. When I was a little girl, I used to get off the school bus. We used to walk off the bus. And every day, I dreaded it. Why? You'd think I'd be thrilled to death getting off the school bus. Couldn't wait to get home from school. But every day, for a year and a half, I'd get off that school bus, and this giant German Shepherd would be coming at me. Don't know whose dog it was, but it scared the hell out of me. And I would run from the bus stop home every single day. And I remember, kept thinking, why does the bus have to stop here? Why can't it just drive me to my front door? But the door would open, step off the bus. And right before I took that last step, I had planned, I strapped my backpack around my side so I couldn't lose any of my books because my mother and father would be mad. And I was going to have to run home. That's the last thing you feel like doing when you're tired from being at school all day. One day I was sick and tired of that stupid German Shepherd. Without the intention of hurting him, I picked up a rock and I threw it just past him, knowing it wouldn't hit him. And he leaned down to stop and distracted him for a moment, and he picked up the rock. And I realized he didn't have any teeth. Most people are not living their full potential because they're running scared of fear. You're afraid of something that doesn't have any teeth in it. You're afraid of something that doesn't have any teeth. You're running scared. I ran off that bus every day and that damn dog never had any teeth. False expectations appearing real. That's what fear means. I got to move ahead, so give me a moment because I'm going to see what's important. It's all important, but let me tell you something. If I were to tell you what this seminar, what this presentation is about, it's about practicing, practicing, practicing. Keep practicing. Try harder. Have an inner conversation with yourself. Stop being afraid. You don't need to be afraid, folks. It's a senseless emotion. Stand up right now, and introduce yourself to somebody you don't know. Look behind you. You may smile at them. You may pretend that you know them, but shake their hand and introduce yourself. Introduce yourself. That's right. Now, you got to sit down. Have a seat, because now I'm almost out of time. Have a seat, I'm almost done. I need 3 more minutes, I'm gonna be super fast. How hard was it? How hard was it to introduce yourself? I'm so happy to see you guys doing this. Yes. Now, okay, not introduce yourself to 10 people. You can do that after I'm done. How hard was it to meet someone new? How hard was it to introduce yourself to somebody you didn't know? That's all you have to do to start with this business. That's all you have to do is to start with this business, is turn around and shake someone's hand and help them out. You get that, don't you? Okay, quiet, I'm not done. 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes. If you can't, listen to me, you can have food in a couple hours. Nobody here, here's the great news, nobody here is going to die of starvation. Stop. Thank you, guys. I love you. If you can't, then you must. If you can't, then you must. The darker the night, the brighter the day. The darker the night, the brighter the day. The darker the night, the brighter the day. The harder you hit, the faster you rise. The faster you rise. You think you're going to die when you're going through something, but you got to go through it in order to live. You got to go through it in order to live. Stop worrying about what your friends think, what your family thinks. Don't worry about the fear of rejection. Stop spending time with people who don't care about you. People will tell you no when you introduce them to this business, and guess what? They'll tell you no, 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 no all the time, over and over again. And you know what? You'll get a lot of yeses too. So try that. Try that. Don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid of that. Accept fear as a fact, not a force. Accept fear as a fact, not a force. Stop giving it special powers. It doesn't have any special powers over you. It doesn't. I know you guys put the 3-minute clock up, but for me, I think that's funny because I said I'll be done in 3 minutes, and I will. It says 3 minutes right now, not 1:47. Anyway, people will come and go, who cares? Everything comes from pain. Pain is the feeling of weakness leaving your body. Work on yourself. You know how many times you spend the day breaking commitments to your commitments? How many times a day? Tell the truth. We all do it at some point. You break commitments that were your commitments. Got to stop doing it. Got to stop saying, I'll do it tomorrow. You got to start saying, I demand success. I will get it. I will never settle for anything less. I will work harder than the rest. I will challenge the best. I will do whatever it takes. There are no shortcuts. There will be sacrifices that need to be made. I will keep going. I will keep working. I will keep growing. I am blessed. I am blessed because I am blessed not because everything went right. I am blessed because I have a fight. I have a fight. When challenges come, I don't say, why me? I say, try me. I say, try me. I say, try me. I'm almost done. I'm skipping all these slides. I'll do it next time. The fire inside of me was stronger than the storms outside of me. I can do this. I can win. I'm going there. Nobody's ever been there. I'm going to change everything now. I'm going to change everything I'm doing in order to have all I want. I have no desire to fit in. I have no desire to be average. I have every desire to change me. They will say you won't have enough time for any of them anymore. Maybe they were never worth your time. Maybe they don't have the goals. They don't have the dreams that you have. Maybe they just hate themselves because when they look at you, they wish they were you. Maybe I remind them of what their weakness is. They said I would never make it, but we did. We proved them wrong. We proved them wrong. Maybe they wanted you to stay right where you are now. Maybe you proved that you don't need them. Don't you live in their shoes. You are better than that. You're going right there. It's so beautiful over there. Nobody's ever been there before, but you're going there. Nothing's ever stopped you. Nobody will get in your way. You're going to eliminate everything that's negative, anything that destructs you, anything that interrupts you, anything that's negative around you, because you're going there and nothing's going to stop you. I love you guys so much. Just do it. Just do it. God bless you.